Unrequited love is one of the most challenging and emotional experiences that everyone must face at least once. It feels like dreaming of a relationship that will never come true, and sometimes that hope can make you lose direction. But is it worth continuing? The answer lies not only in emotions but also in how you face it. Let's explore the Stoic mindset in love to better understand how we can overcome this challenge with strength and maturity. Hello everyone, welcome to the Stoic Love Wisdom channel, where classical philosophy meets modern love stories and relationships. Have you ever wondered how to maintain your emotions, find inner peace, and build strong relationships even when things get tough? In this video, we will explore the principle of, is unrequited love worth continuing? Join me as we uncover valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy to help you gain deeper insights into love and personal growth. Let's begin the journey of discovering timeless wisdom to master love and life right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest knowledge. Now, let's dive in together. Love is one of the most powerful and complex emotions that humans can experience. It can bring immense joy and happiness but can also cause pain and disappointment. One of the most confusing and hurtful situations is unrequited love. Loving someone without receiving the same feelings in return can lead to loneliness and a lack of understanding. However, is unrequited love worth pursuing? To address this question, we can look at it from the perspective of Stoic philosophy, an ancient system that helps people understand and manage their emotions to live a meaningful life. Understanding unrequited love is when you love someone who does not reciprocate your feelings. It is a painful and challenging emotion. The sense of rejection or being unloved can make one feel lonely and despairing. However, unrequited love is not just a pain, but also an opportunity to explore and learn about yourself and what you truly seek in a relationship. Unrequited love can stem from various factors. You may love someone from afar, someone who is unaware of your feelings, or even someone who is already in a relationship with someone else. Whatever the reason, unrequited love often requires sacrifice and is sometimes an unavoidable part of the journey to maturity. The Stoic perspective on unrequited love. Stoicism is a philosophy originating from ancient Greece that emphasizes accepting what cannot be changed and focusing on what we can control. In unrequited love, the Stoic mindset can help us face our emotions with strength and reason, rather than being overwhelmed by negative feelings. One of the most important principles of Stoicism is the clear distinction between what we can and cannot control. Your emotions, no matter how strong, are within your control. However, the actions and feelings of others are beyond your control. Stoic philosophy advises against becoming dependent on external factors and instead encourages mastering your emotions and actions. Acceptance and letting go. One key lesson Stoicism teaches us in love is the ability to accept and let go. Unrequited love can easily trap us in a cycle of hope and disappointment. We hope for the other person to reciprocate our feelings, but when that doesn't happen, we feel defeated and hurt. Stoicism teaches that we need to accept that not everything in life will go as we wish. Sometimes, no matter how much love or sacrifice you give, the outcome may not align with your expectations. In such moments, letting go doesn't mean giving up on your feelings but accepting that you cannot control others and must take charge of your own life. Letting go not only alleviates pain but also creates opportunities for personal growth and opens new doors in life. Your emotions don't depend on others' actions but on how you respond to events around you. Improving yourself instead of relying on others. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-development, which is crucial when dealing with unrequited love. Loving someone without receiving the same feelings in return can easily lead to despair and insecurity. However, instead of relying on others to feel valuable, you can focus on improving yourself. Stoicism does not encourage seeking validation from external sources but rather building value from within. You can enhance your physical health, acquire new knowledge, develop skills, and take care of your mental well-being. These actions not only make you stronger but also create inner attractiveness, rather than solely seeking attention from someone else. Focusing on yourself will help you build confidence and independence. This doesn't mean giving up on your love but learning to love yourself before expecting love from others. Understanding and learning from emotions. One of the key aspects of Stoic thinking is the ability to understand and manage one's emotions. Unrequited love can overwhelm us with intense emotions, but learning to recognize and understand these feelings helps us face the situation with calmness and rationality. Stoicism advises that we should not let emotions control us. Instead, we should clearly acknowledge our feelings, analyze them, and understand their origins. Feelings of disappointment, sorrow, or confusion are inevitable in unrequited love, but the important thing is not to let them dictate our actions. Learning to view emotions objectively and avoid overreacting helps you maintain composure and wisdom in all situations. Emotions are not something to pursue or avoid but a part of being human that we need to understand and master. Reflecting on the value of love. While unrequited love can be a challenging experience, we also need to reflect on the value of love in life. Love is not just about reciprocation but also an opportunity to learn, grow, and feel a deep connection with someone. Although love is not always reciprocated, loving is a noble and valuable act. Unrequited love can be an important lesson in unconditional love and in accepting life's imperfections. At times, it can even help us mature and better understand what we truly need in a relationship. Discovering independence through unrequited love. One of the most significant lessons we can learn from unrequited love is independence and self-reliance. Unrequited love can sometimes make us overly dependent on someone else, leading us to feel incomplete without them. However, Stoic thinking encourages us to realize that our completeness and self-worth do not depend on others' acceptance or reciprocation. Loving someone without receiving their love in return often makes us feel inadequate or lacking. But in reality, you are the only one who can determine your worth. Independence in love is a precious ability we need to cultivate. Love is not about possession or dependence but about connection and understanding between two individuals, where each can exist independently and respectfully. In unrequited love, you can learn to love yourself more, enrich yourself mentally, intellectually, and emotionally. Developing this independence allows love to become lighter and freer. You no longer feel the need to possess someone or seek their validation to feel whole. Love as a process of self-development. Another aspect of Stoic thinking is viewing love as a process of self-development rather than a goal to achieve. Love is not a destination but a journey, an opportunity to understand yourself and others better. When you love someone and are not loved back, this is a moment to reflect on yourself, delve deeper into your emotions and desires. Unrequited love can be an opportunity to become more patient, learn to control emotions, develop self-discipline, and think rationally. Instead of focusing on how to gain reciprocation, you can focus on understanding why you love that person and what this relationship can teach you to grow. Loving someone without receiving love in return can be a valuable lesson in patience, respect, and understanding. It helps you realize that love is not always fair, nor is it always immediately reciprocated, but this is no reason to abandon your capacity to love and grow. Acceptance and freedom of choice. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot change what has happened in the past, we have complete control over our responses to situations in the present and future. Unrequited love, like any other situation in life, is part of the natural flow of life that we cannot resist. However, the crucial point is that we can choose how to react and face the situation. We do not need to force ourselves or attempt to change what cannot be changed. We can choose to love sincerely but also decide to end a relationship if it no longer brings positive value to ourselves. Stoic thinking does not encourage suppressing emotions but encourages recognizing that we can change our responses. We cannot control others' actions, but we can choose how to deal with our feelings and the situation. You can continue to love without expecting reciprocation, or you can choose to let go to protect yourself. Whatever choice you make, the key is not to let emotions and circumstances control your life. Self-respect and unrequited love. Stoicism teaches that self-respect is a core element of life. In unrequited love, you need to maintain your dignity. Loving someone without being loved back may make you feel unworthy, but the truth is, you are entirely valuable regardless of whether others recognize it. A part of self-respect is understanding that your worth does not depend on others' acceptance or affection. Unrequited love can leave you feeling helpless and hurt, but if you learn to maintain self-respect and self-love, you will never feel lacking. Remind yourself that you deserve love and appreciation, even if the person you love cannot reciprocate your feelings. Maintaining this self-respect helps you avoid negative and self-deprecating feelings, enabling you to continue life with a positive and strong mindset. You won't rely on others to define your value but will instead become your source of motivation and comfort. Unrequited love and the process of transformation. Unrequited love can be an opportunity to transform, grow, and find a new path in life. Rather than viewing unrequited love as a failure, see it as a lesson that helps you recognize more important things in life. You may learn that love doesn't always need reciprocation, that love can be unconditional, and that it's about caring for and nurturing someone without expecting anything in return. By developing a Stoic mindset, you can overcome the pain of unrequited love and learn to live an independent, free, and mature life. These experiences not only help you understand more about love but also about yourself, the values you cherish, and the goals you want to achieve. Unrequited love and emotional liberation. One of the most profound aspects of Stoic thinking in unrequited love is the ability to release emotions and not be constrained by negative feelings. When experiencing unrequited love, we often face pain, disappointment, and helplessness when our affection is not returned. However, Stoicism teaches that emotions are a natural part of life and, rather than suppressing or denying them, we should learn to understand and master them. Loving someone without their love in return inevitably brings pain. However, Stoicism does not encourage you to force yourself to stop loving or deny your feelings. Instead, accept these emotions, understand them, and let them flow naturally. Releasing emotions does not mean avoiding them but embracing them as part of the human experience. When you allow yourself to fully feel, you also learn not to be controlled by emotions or let them diminish your self-control. Mastering emotions also helps you avoid impulsive actions, such as trying to control others or doing everything to gain their attention. Stoic thinking encourages you to live a life of freedom, unbound by emotions or unrealistic hopes. This strengthens your independence and opens the door to self-improvement instead of holding yourself back in unnecessary suffering. Unrequited love and the reality of life. In Stoic philosophy, an essential principle is to accept reality as it is. This means that instead of living in illusions or unrealistic expectations, we must face the truth courageously. When you love someone who does not reciprocate, the reality is that the relationship is not mutually beneficial. This can be a hard truth to accept but is a necessary step forward. When you accept the fact that love is not always reciprocated, you can step out of the cycle of despair and pain. Accepting reality does not mean giving up hope or stopping to love but rather understanding that love might not come from the person you expect. This helps you build patience and flexibility in adapting to any circumstances. Stoic thinking encourages you to view life not through the lens of desires or expectations but through presence and understanding of reality. This reduces the pain when love is unreturned and allows you to focus on what you can control and change. Unrequited love and setting goals for the future. Stoicism also teaches us that life must be lived with purpose and proactivity. In unrequited love, you may feel stuck or unsure of what to do next. However, Stoic philosophy suggests that everyone can actively change and set goals for themselves. Instead of focusing on loving someone who does not return the affection, you can use your time and energy to develop personal goals. A goal in unrequited love might be to learn to love yourself more and build a rich, fulfilling life. By setting these goals, you not only have something to strive for but also escape the feelings of stagnation and despair. Proactively working towards the future helps you realize that love is not the entirety of life but merely one part of the bigger picture you are creating for yourself. Stoicism does not encourage ignoring feelings in love, but it always emphasizes finding an active path to build your future. When you have clear goals, you won't feel oppressed or dependent on unrequited love. Love becomes a complement to a meaningful life, not the sole reason for your existence. Unrequited love and your choices. Stoicism teaches us that we all have the right to choose how we respond to any situation. Unrequited love is a situation you cannot control, but you have complete freedom to choose how you react. You can continue to love freely and without expectations, or you can decide to move on and find a new direction. Most importantly, you must respect yourself and not let unrequited love negatively impact your life. You can choose to patiently maintain the relationship, but you can also choose to stop to protect your heart and mental well-being. This choice is not a sign of weakness but rather one of strength and wisdom. The freedom of choice is a core principle in Stoic thinking, and you must remember that your life does not depend on someone else's reciprocation. You can choose a new path, continue to love and grow, or stop to allow yourself to seek healthy and reciprocal love. Most importantly, always maintain self-respect and never let unrequited love diminish your value and happiness. Unrequited love and self-respect. One of the biggest challenges in unrequited love is maintaining self-respect. When you love someone who does not reciprocate, feelings of rejection or unworthiness can easily cause you to lose confidence. However, Stoic philosophy emphasizes that self-respect does not depend on someone else's response. True self-respect comes from understanding your worth and recognizing that you deserve to be loved and cherished. Unrequited love can lead you to place all your hopes and emotions in one person, but this can make you easily forget yourself. Stoicism teaches us that to love others fully, we must first love ourselves. This means you need to care for and protect your feelings, avoiding becoming diminished in a relationship that is not reciprocated. Self-respect also means knowing when to let go. If love is not reciprocated, there is no shame in realizing that you need to stop. Not everyone can or should stay in a one-sided relationship. Sometimes, continuing to pursue unreturned affection can cause you greater harm. Self-respect is knowing when to step away, giving yourself the opportunity to seek truly healthy and deserving love. Unrequited love and self-development. Stoicism encourages us to maintain a spirit of learning and continuous self-improvement. In the context of unrequited love, you can view this situation as an opportunity to better yourself. Not having your feelings reciprocated can be a shock, but if you know how to utilize it, you'll find that this is a chance to focus on personal development, learning, and growth. Every relationship, even one-sided love, can become a valuable lesson. Through self-discovery, you can learn a great deal about what you need in a relationship, what you want in a partner, and the core values you cannot compromise. Unrequited love is also an opportunity to cultivate patience, empathy, and emotional maturity. Furthermore, unrequited love can help you identify weaknesses and habits in how you love others. You can learn to love wisely, avoiding falling into blind emotional states. The lack of reciprocation can lead you to reflect on unrealistic expectations you may have placed on others. In this way, unrequited love becomes an important lesson in the journey of self-development, helping you grow, not only in love but in life as well. Unrequited love and inner peace. One of Stoicism's core values is to seek inner peace, independent of external factors. In unrequited love, it's easy to see that if you rely on someone else's reciprocation to feel happy, you will always be anxious, worried, and seeking external validation. Stoic thinking encourages you to find peace within, not through the affirmation or love of others. Inner peace can be achieved by living according to your principles, mastering your emotions, and acting reasonably regardless of the circumstances. You do not need to seek external love to feel whole. When you develop inner peace, you will realize that love, whether reciprocated or not, cannot define your value or happiness. Inner peace comes from understanding that you can live a meaningful life without anyone else's approval. Stoicism teaches us that the truth about love is that it does not always come from the person we expect. But inner peace comes from understanding that happiness is not something you receive from others but something you create for yourself. When you achieve this inner peace, you will no longer be dominated by unrequited love because you have found completeness within yourself. Unrequited love and the freedom to let go. Stoicism advises us that, in any situation, the most important thing is freedom and independence. You should not allow yourself to be bound by a hopeless unrequited love, as doing so will strip you of your freedom and agency in life. Unrequited love can make you feel trapped in hopes and expectations, but Stoicism teaches that freedom is the foundation of happiness. The freedom to let go does not mean giving up or abandoning love, but rather recognizing that you have the right to choose your own happiness. When you are no longer dependent on unreciprocated feelings, you will feel lighter and freer. Letting go is also a vital part of protecting your heart and soul, preventing you from being tied up in relationships that no longer bring satisfaction or joy. Unrequited love and the decision to continue or not. One of the key questions when faced with unrequited love is whether to continue or not. In Stoic thinking, this choice is not based on fleeting emotions but rather a rational, wise evaluation of the situation and its impact on personal growth. Stoicism teaches that, in all situations, the most important thing is self-control, emotional regulation, and acting with reason rather than being driven by feelings or temporary gratification. When in unrequited love, you may feel a strong urge to continue pursuing, hoping that one day your feelings will be returned. However, Stoicism encourages you to ask whether continuing is truly beneficial to your well-being. Are you sacrificing too much for a love that is not returned, or are you accepting suffering without receiving any appreciation? When you can answer these questions honestly and rationally, you will gain a clearer understanding of whether to continue or let go. This decision is not always easy, but when you assess the situation from a Stoic perspective, you will realize that freedom and inner happiness are paramount. If unrequited love becomes a burden and causes prolonged suffering, continuing may harm your development. A thoughtful decision, based on maintaining inner peace and self-respect, will help you move forward more decisively. Unrequited love and acceptance of reality. An important aspect of Stoic thinking is the ability to accept reality, even if it is painful or uncomfortable. When you are in unrequited love, you must confront an unpleasant truth: your feelings are not reciprocated. However, Stoicism teaches that accepting reality is one of the strongest ways to live a happy and free life. The reality is, not all love will be returned, and not everyone can love you the way you desire. Acceptance of reality does not mean giving up or losing hope, but rather recognizing the truth clearly and not letting yourself be swept up in unnecessary feelings of disappointment or hurt. When you can accept that love does not always unfold the way you expect, you will no longer feel stuck or in pain. You will understand that every experience in life has its own meaning, and you can learn from each challenge. Stoicism encourages you to view things objectively, without letting emotions or expectations distort your perspective. When you accept that love sometimes does not go the way you wish, you will be able to free yourself from sorrow and find a path forward. Accepting reality also allows you to view love as part of the larger picture of life, not as everything. Unrequited love and the ability to forgive. The ability to forgive is one of the core principles in Stoic thought, and this applies to unrequited love as well. If you love someone unrequitedly, you may feel hurt, abandoned, or disappointed. However, Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is not an act for the other person, but a way for you to release yourself from tension and suffering. Forgiveness in unrequited love does not mean you must accept the actions or attitudes of the other person. It simply means that you do not allow that hurt to continue controlling your feelings and actions. Forgiveness helps you avoid being trapped in the past and prevents the injury from paralyzing your ability to love and experience happiness. When you forgive, you free yourself from resentment and regain the strength to continue on your path. Stoicism also emphasizes that forgiveness helps you maintain peace of mind. When you do not forgive, anger and hurt can take over your mind, preventing you from seeing things clearly. Forgiveness is a way to maintain self-control, helping you live according to your principles without being led astray by emotions. Unrequited love and focusing on personal goals. Finally, Stoic thinking encourages you to focus on personal goals and your career, not letting unrequited love distract you. Although love is an important part of life, it should not become the central factor that controls your entire existence. You can give affection and attention to others, but it is important not to let love take over your mind and energy. When you focus on developing yourself and achieving your personal goals, you will see that life continues, and there are many interesting things outside of love. Stoicism advises you to invest in yourself, develop skills, build your career, and maintain healthy relationships. This will help you avoid feeling lonely or disappointed when love does not unfold as you had hoped. When you have a clear goal and focus on achieving it, unrequited love will no longer be the only thing defining your worth. Conclusion. Unrequited love, while bringing us hope and powerful emotions, cannot be the sole factor determining happiness and growth in life. Stoic thinking helps us realize that, instead of being swept up in intense feelings with no return, we need to maintain self-control, inner peace, and self-respect. Accepting reality, forgiving hurts, and focusing on personal growth are key principles that help us lead a positive and strong life, regardless of the circumstances. Each of us has the right to choose how to face unrequited love. You may choose to continue loving, let go, or focus on personal development. What matters is that you always maintain self-respect and do not allow unrequited love to take away your happiness and freedom. The key is not letting unrequited love dominate your life. Remember that true happiness comes from freedom and self-control, from living according to personal values and goals. When you understand and apply Stoic thinking, you will no longer feel trapped in a one-sided relationship, but can find freedom and growth from emotional challenges. Ultimately, love is not the only thing that defines our worth, but rather how we face and overcome it with strength and wisdom. If you find this video interesting and helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share it to help everyone grow together. Also, feel free to leave your comment below so we can have more discussions. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Wishing you success and happiness on your journey.